Hi there, this is called the move order slip up and it's in the Caro Kann 2 knights variation, and it's amazing how many Caro Kann players at all levels slip up here when white subtly changes the opening move order and black plays the automatic Caro Kann setup, only to find he is close to losing after only about 5 moves. After e4 and c6 the Caro Kann, white here will usually continue with d4. So let's have a look at this move first. d4, black will play d5, and if a move like knight c3 defending e4, d takes e4, knight takes e4, we so often see bishop f5, knight dropping back to g3, and then bishop g6. Maybe the knight comes out first, and then we're going to have h4. However, in this trap, backing up, instead of d4 by white, how about knight c3 first? So knight c3, black's going to continue with the same plan, d5, and rather than capture, knight f3, and now d takes e4, knight takes e4, black so often continues that same setup with bishop f5, and then the knight drops back to g3, hitting the bishop, which drops back to g6. Now in this position, the only difference between the regular Caro Kann and this 2 knights variation is that we have here a knight on f3 as opposed to a pawn on d4. And black often gets confused now. Black's actually very close to losing. White can continue with h4, threatening to trap the bishop with h5. So h6 or h5 is going to be played. After h6, now knight e5 targets that bishop on g6, threatens to take and destroy the pawns around the black's king side. So the bishop drops back to the hole on h7. Now white can play queen f3, or maybe queen h5 is probably better, targeting f7. So queen h5, threatening mate on f7. If black were to defend with queen d5, then bishop c4 is a pretty win, hitting the queen and hitting f7 again. White certainly winning. So black's going to defend with g6, an ugly looking move, hemming in that hapless bishop on h7, hitting the queen, who drops back to f3 and hits f7 again head on. Another scholar's mate type of move. Black's going to defend now with knight to f6. And now the queen moves over to b3, sort of unexpected move. I had this position once myself, and I really surprised my opponent. So queen b3, threatening mate and threatening b7. Black's losing material here. Black's going to defend with queen d5, desperately offering a swap of queens, which white obviously declines by taking on b7, happily giving up the knight on e5. So after queen takes on e5, white interposes bishop e2, and white's going to pick up the rook on a8 with a clearly won position. So this has been called the move order slip up in the Caro Kann 2 knights variation. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.